Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Chemistry Tutorial. So today in this video we are going to learn the vibrational modes calculation and the IR and Raman activity calculation of POCl3 molecule using group theory. So previously I have explained for water molecule and the basic steps of how to find the vibrational modes and also how to find whether it is IR and Raman active. I have explained clearly in the previous videos. You can check it and the links are given in the description box. So many people are watching without subscribing. So if you are really benefited from my videos, please subscribe to my channel and keep supporting me. A single click you do is a great inspiration for me to do more and more videos which are very useful for you. So please keep supporting me and please subscribe to my channel before watching the video. So let's get started. Here in this video we are going to see the next example, POCl3. So here you can see the structure of POCl3 and it is a tetrahedral structure. So the POCl3 molecule belongs to the C3V point group and this is the character table of the C3V point group. So first we have to calculate on whole using the equation 3n minus 6 as how many modes of vibration are possible for this molecule. So 3 into n minus 6, so n is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 into 5 minus 6, 15 minus 6 is equal to 9. Okay. So now we have to continue the formulation of the number of modes of vibration using the steps I explained in the previous video. If you have not checked that video, please do check. The link is given in the description. And many people are watching without subscribing. So if you are really interested and if you are really benefited from my videos, please subscribe to my channel and like the video and share the video to the maximum. So now let's get back. The first step is to deduce the reducible representation of the C3V point group. So first we have to consider a set of vectors acting on this molecule. So consider this molecule. On every atom there will be three vectors, that is x, y and z. So if it is x1, y1 and z1, then it is x2, y2, z2, then it is x3, y3, z3, x4, y4 and z4, x5, y5 and z5. So there are 15 arrows or 15 vectors possible in this molecule, and using these molecules you are going to deduce the reducible representation for this molecule. So to deduce the reducible representation, there are two main rules as I discussed in the previous section. So the first rule is that whenever an operation is acted on a particular molecule, if the atom is shifted, it contributes nothing, that is 0 to the character of the reducible representation. And if any atom is unshifted during the symmetric operation, then it will contribute an amount for the reducible representation. So here you can see in this C3V character table, we have seen an identity element E, a C3 and sigma also. So C3, C3 twice, sigma, sigma 2 and sigma 3. So that is E, 2, C3 and 3 sigmas will be present in the POCl3 molecule. So in general, the character of an identity element when represented in the matrix form is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1. So any character can be obtained by adding the diagonal elements. So here it is identity. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. So we get 3 here. Identity is represented by this term chi. So identity of the element E is 3. In the case of C3, you can see the diagonal elements are 0 0 0. So it is 0. In case of C3 twice, 0 0 0. So it is again 0. So in general, for C3, the character is 0. And in the case of plane, sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3 will have the same value. Only the difference will be the 1 is present in the first row, then the next row, and then in the third row. Okay. So here you can see 1 plus 0 plus 1, 0, 1. Again 0 plus 1 plus 0, 1. So same way here also 1. So this is the character of this matrices in general. So in the case of C3V, we have to calculate the character, and then we have to determine the reducible representation. So in the case of identity, that is when identity element is performed in that particular molecule, let us see how many atoms are unshifted. So this is the case of POCl3 molecule, and if we are doing a C3 symmetry operation on this element, the axis will pass along this P and O, that is phosphorus and oxygen, and we will have the axis like this, and we are going to rotate the molecule. So we have this phosphorus and oxygen unshifted, and all these three are shifted. So number of unshifted atoms will be 2. So in the case of sigma planes, that is one axis will pass along this chlorine and phosphorus and oxygen. So another one sigma dash will pass along this chlorine and the phosphorus and oxygen, and another one will pass along this chlorine and the phosphorus and oxygen. So whenever a mirror axis or plane of symmetry is applied to this molecule, we can find unshifted atoms as 3. So here you can see the number of unshifted atoms. During identity operation, we are doing nothing. So all the 5 atoms will remain the same, and the character from this table is 3. So 3 into 5 is equal to 15. And same way, during C3, the number of unshifted atoms is 2, and the character of the C3 is 0. So we get 0. So 2 into 0, 0. In the case of C3, 2 also the same. And in the case of the planes, mirror planes, the number of unshifted atoms is 3, and the value of the character of the sigma V is 1. So we get 3. We are tabulating these values. So the number of unshifted atoms in identity element is 5. Here the number of unshifted atoms is 2 in the case of C3, that is C3 and C3 2, and the number of unshifted atoms in sigma V is 3, that is sigma V dash, sigma V double dash and triple dash. The character of the elements 3, 0 and 1, and next we have to multiply these values 5 into 3, 15, 2 into 0, 0 and 3. So now we can write the reducible representation of POCl3 as follows: 15, 0 and 3. So the first step, so we have achieved the first step. The next we have to move on to the step 2, that is the decomposition of this reducible representation into the irreducible representations. For that we have a formula which I have clearly explained in the previous section. So in the case of water molecule, and there's the equation for the number of irreducible representations, so which can be given by the formula 1 by h sigma, that is summation of n into character of the reducible representation into character of the irreducible representation. N is the number of a particular operation in each class. Okay, so in the case of C3 there are 2 operations. So in this case we have to multiply with the 2, and in the case of sigma V there are 3 operations, so we have to multiply by 3. So each row is an irreducible representation. So number of A1 is equal to, in the case of number of A1, the order is 6, that is 3 plus 2 plus 1. So the order is 6, and in the bracket we have to add the multiplication for each operation. Okay, so in the first case, identity, the number is 1. So 1E, so the number is 1 into, so the reducible representation is 15, 0 and 3. So 1 into 15 into irreducible representation has 1. So 1 plus n. 2 C3s are present. So 2 into reducible representation's character is 0 into irreducible representation, it is 1. Plus, in the case of sigma V, there are 3 operations in the class sigma V. So 3 into psi RR, that is 3 into irreducible representation, 1 again. So Number of A1 will be 1 by 6 into 15 plus 0 plus 9. 24 by 6, 4. So there will be 4 A1s. Similarly, we have to calculate for number of A2 and number of E. Finally, we will get the irreducible representation of this POCl3 molecule will be 4A1 plus A2 plus 5E. So this is the irreducible representation. Now we have to split these irreducible representations on the basis of symmetry species, that is vibrational, rotational and translational modes of motions. Translational plus rotational plus vibrational, on the whole we have 4A1 plus A2 plus 5E. For translational, there should be X, Y, Z in the character table, and for rotational we should have Rx, Ry, Rz in the character table, and the remaining will be the vibrational modes. So let us calculate the translational modes. This is the character table, and here you can see X and Y is present in the third irreducible representation, that is E. E is two-dimensional representation. So let us write 1E. Since E is a two-dimensional irreducible representation, so we have written this X and Y inside a single bracket. Similarly, Rx and Ry in a single bracket. So X and Y together form single operation, that is single E. For Z, there is one A1. So one A1 and one E. Okay, so don't confuse that. We have X and Y, so we should not take 2E. We should take this X and Y together as 1E because it is given in the bracket. That is two-dimensional, X and Y direction, so it is two-dimensional. So we have to write 1E and 1A1. For rotation, let's calculate. In case of rotation, we have Rz in A2 and Rx and Ry in E. So it is A1 and A2 are one-dimensional, so we have one A2 in rotation, and in the case of Rx and Ry are together given in the bracket, so it is a two-dimensional factor also. It is a two-dimensional irreducible representation. So we have to take Rx and Ry as 1E. In the case of rotation, we have, one A2 and 1E. So in the case of vibration, we have 3A1 and 3E. Already we have calculated by 3 and minus 6 that we have 3 into 5 minus 6. We have 9 modes. We should have 9 modes of vibration. Here you can see 3 into 1 dimensional and similarly 3 into 2 dimensional. E is a two-dimensional irreducible representation. So 3 into 2 and 3 into 1, which is 3 plus 6, which is equal to 9 modes of vibration are present. So finally we have arrived at the number of modes of vibrations present in this POCl3 molecule. The next work is we have to find whether these vibrational modes are IR and Raman active or not. As I have explained in the previous videos, for IR and Raman activity there is a criteria. That is, if there is X and Y present in the character table for this irreducible representation, then it is IR active, and if there is X square plus Y square, that is linear combination of the X, Y, Z orbitals, then it is Raman active. So we have to cross check this A1 and E irreducible representations with the character table. So we have 3A1 and 3E. Let's check whether it is IR and Raman active. In the case of A1 we have Z. So if X, Y or Z is present, it is IR active. So 3A1 is IR active. Similarly, let us check for E irreducible representation. In case of E also we have X and Y, so E is also IR active. So IR active. In the case of Raman spectroscopy, we should have linear combinations of x, y and z axis. In the case of A1, we have x square plus y square and z square. So again we have this A1 as Raman active. In the case of E also we have x square minus y square xy, that is these both are together considered as two-dimensional, okay? So xz and yz. So again we have this irreducible representation as Raman active. So both the A1 and E are IR and Raman actives, and so finally the 9 modes of vibration are both IR and Raman active. So finally we have found out all the modes of vibration for this POCl3 molecule and also whether they are IR and Raman active. So thank you so much friends for watching my video. So if you find this video really helpful, please like the video, share to all your friends, let them also be benefited. And please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications whenever I upload a new video. So see you all in the next video. Until then, thank you. Bye-bye.